Good morning, students. Today we will do some programming, and the program is based upon binary file handling. And the program is create a binary file with the name and roll number. Here we will first create a binary file, and inside this binary file we will store student data, and inside the student data we will only write name and roll number. And after then search for a given roll number and display the name. Based upon the given roll number, we will display the name. If not found, display appropriate message. So if that roll number does not exist inside the file, we will display some message. Now, before doing any programming based upon this binary file, let's discuss what is pickle module, because the binary file store data in form of binary and we don't know how to write in form of binary. So this pickle module help us in our Python programming to write inside the binary file. What is this pickle module? The pickle module is used to write a structure as a list or a dictionary to a file or read it. That means with the help of this pickle module, we can write any data structure like list and dictionary inside the binary file, and we can also read that binary file. Now there is a two process, pickling and unpickling. The pickling is a processing of converting the structure or text into byte stream or binary form before writing to the file. So this pickling is a process in which we convert any given structure or text into a byte stream and a binary form. And after then we will write that binary data inside the binary file. Unpickling is the reverse process of pickling. Means this unpickling, from the name it is clear that this is a reverse process of pickling, which is used to read the content of the file. So with the help of unpickling process, we will read the content of binary file. And how we can read the content of binary file? Because data is stored inside binary file in form of binary number. So we cannot understand the binary number. So through this pickling process, we can convert binary number and the stream, byte stream, to the text or structure. So this unpickling is the reverse process of pickling. Pickling convert text into a binary and unpickling convert binary into text. Now, inside this pickle module, there are two methods. The first method is dump method. Means there are two methods. The first method we will discuss here, that is dump. This dump method is used to write in the file. It converts text into byte and binary form. So with the help of this dump function, we will write inside a binary file. And what this dump function will do, it will first convert the text into a binary, and after converting that structure or text into a binary form, it will write that binary data inside the binary file. So this dump function take two arguments. The first argument is the data that you want to write, and second one is the file object, the binary file object, the object that is pointing to some binary file. Now next method is inside this pickle module, that is load method. So this load method is used to read from a file. With the help of this load method, we can read binary file. This load method, it convert binary or byte stream into text. So we all know that binary file contain data in form of binary or byte stream. So we cannot understand the binary form. With the help of this load function, we can convert that binary and byte stream into text. So this is all about the pickle module, because this pickle module we are going to use inside our Python programming to read and write into a binary file. Now move to the programming section. So before doing the program, let's discuss how to do programming. So this is a program. First we will create a binary file and store data of a student, and in the data of student we will only store the name and roll number of that student. After creating a binary file, we will read that binary file and search a given roll number. Based on that roll number, we will display the name. If that roll number does not store inside that binary file, then we will display an appropriate message. Now, this is our program. because here we are going to use pickle module. So we all know that how to use any module inside the program, Python program. First we will use this import key. This import key is used to import any module. So here I am going to import pickle module. So import, write the module name, that is pickle. This pickle module contains two main method. First is dump, that is used to write in form of binary, and second one is load method, that is used to read data from binary file. After importing this pickle module, we will call here open function. So we already learned that open function take two arguments. The first one is file name and second one is the mode, in which mode you want to open that file. Because first we want to create a file, and we all know that if we want to create any file, we will open the file in a write and append mode. So through this open function, we will write some file name with its extension. So this is a student file name, and this is a binary file. So here I'm using bin extension, and this student.bin file, binary file will going to open in a write mode. Because this is a binary file, that's why I have written here a wbb mean binary and w mean write mode. First, what the interpreter will do when we will execute this program, interpreter will check whether this binary file exists or not. If the binary file exists, then it will open that binary file. If this with this name the binary file does not exist, then it will create this binary file. And after then, this open function will return the object of this binary file into this FO. FO is a identifier which will hold object of this student.bin binary file. Now, here inside this binary file, I want to store data in form of dictionary. You can also use list here, but according to me, I thought that dictionary is a good way to store roll number and name, because roll number are unique, and in any class roll number never repeat. So it's a unique data, and we all know that inside dictionary the keys are also unique. So that's why I'm using here dictionary. The name of dictionary is dic, and this dictionary is empty dictionary. You can see there is a curly bracket, there is nothing inside this dictionary. So this dictionary is empty dictionary. We have already created a student.bin binary file, and there is a dictionary with the name of dic. Now I want to take data from user. So how you can enter data from user? We all know that there is a inbuilt function, that is input function. Through this input function we can take data from user. Now because I want to enter more than 2 and 3 student data inside the dictionary. So that's why I'm going to use here for loop. So for, after then write the variable name, that is key. In is the membership operator, and after then here I'm calling a range function. Inside this range function I have passed 5. What this range function will do, it will create a list, and inside the list it will create a range of the number from 0 to 4, because 5 is a stock value, so it will not include the 5. Now this range function create a range of a number from 0 to 4, and we all know that how this for loop work. Inside this key variable, the first element is going to assign from this range function. So the first element here is 0, so 0 will assign to key. When we assign some value to this key, we will execute the statement that we have written inside this for loop. So inside this for loop, I want to take input from user and the input of student roll number and name. So first I have created here a roll number variable, and after then I call input function, and inside input function I have written enter roll number. So this whatever you write inside this double quote, it will display on your screen, like or you can see on the right side I have attached output screenshot. So enter the roll number. It will ask you enter the roll number, when user enter the roll number, this input function will take that data and return that data in form of string. But I want to store the roll number in form of int. So how we can do that? You can call int function. We all know that this is a data type conversion. This int function will convert that string data into integer, and after then we can assign that data to roll number. What is next? Next statement inside this for loop is, again we are asking the user to enter the name. Name is a variable, and through this input function we can take input from user. So it will display on your screen, enter the name. So enter the name, whatever the name user will enter, it will going to return by this input function. So that return value is going to store inside this name variable. Now we already taken the roll number and name from user. Now what is next? Next step is to store these name and roll number inside the dictionary. So in 11th standard we already discussed how to store data inside dictionary. First write the name of dictionary, and inside this curly bracket you will write here key. So key we are going to take key as a roll number. We are going to take roll number as a key. So because the roll number here is a variable, so we will write directly a roll number, whatever the variable name, that is roll number. This roll number is holding some value, that is the roll number of the student. And after writing the key, assign the value. So what the value for the roll number? The value for the roll number is name. So name is also a variable. This is holding the name of the student. So in this way we can store data inside a dictionary. The syntax is write the dictionary name, inside this curly bracket mention the key value, and assign the mention the key name, and then assign the value to this key. And this statement will execute how many times? 5 times. So that's mean user will enter 5 student detail inside this dictionary. After entering 5 student detail, controller will come out from this loop. And what is next? Next is whatever the data stored inside this dictionary, we want to write this dictionary data in the binary file. In which binary file? This student.bin binary file. So how we can do that? We all know that, we already learned that there is a dump method which convert the text and data structure into a binary, and after then it write that binary data into a binary file. So how we can call this dump function? Because this dump function is defined inside this pickle module. So write the module name dot call the function. The function name is dump. How to call any function? Write the function name and use the bracket, and after then pass the argument. So this dump function contains 2 arguments. The first one is the data that you want to write, and second one is the file object name, in which file you want to write. So the data is dic. I want to write this dictionary, and where you want to write? I want to write to this fo file object, and this fo file object is pointing to student.bin. That's mean this dictionary, this dump function will convert this dictionary into binary, and after then write that binary data into this binary file. And we have done. So close this file. Now after closing this file, we will open this file again to read the data. So how to open and how to read any binary file? Again use call the open function. So call open function and mention the file name that you want to read, and after then write the mode. So mode is RB, mean read mode. So because we are here I'm opening a binary file, and the binary file name is student.bin. If this file does not exist in a read mode, then the interpreter will raise error. If file exists, then it will open in a write mode. This is only for the read mode. This is only for the read mode case. After opening the file, the open function will return the object to the variable that you have that we have created already here. The object, the identifier name is fo. So this object is containing this file will this identifier is going to contain, is going to point this student.bin file. Now, how to read a file? We already discussed that there is a load method in a pickle module which is used to read a binary file. So, call this load method. How to call this method? First mention the module name dot method is load. So, load method is used to read any binary file. Inside this, while calling this load method, pass the binary file object name. Which file you want to write? Which file you want to read? I want to read this fo file object, and this fo file object is pointing to student.bin. Student.bin. That's mean I want to read this student.bin file. This load function will read this binary file and convert that binary data into text, and whatever in which data structure you have stored the data, it will convert that binary data into a string, into a text. So after converting that binary form into a text, it will return that data. So here whatever the value this load function will return, I'm storing that data, that text data, into this d variable. Now we already store the data in form of dictionary, so it will return the data in form of dictionary. Now this d is pointing to the dictionary that we already created inside the binary file. Now, because the program is that according to the roll number we will display the name. So we will ask the roll number from the user. How we can ask the roll number from user? Through the input function. So call the input function. So here I'm calling input function, enter roll number to search the student name. So it will display on your screen like this. You can see on the right side, enter the roll number to search the student name. So here I have entered roll number 3. Whatever the value the user will enter, it will going to return by this input function in form of string, but I want roll number in form of integer, so I'm calling here int function also. So the data will return by this input function in form of int, because I'm calling here int data type conversion function. So that roll number will store inside this R variable. Now, after then we will search this roll number inside this D dictionary. So roll number is stored inside the R, and we will search this, whatever the data stored inside R, we will search that data inside this dictionary. Using the for loop, we will do that. Write for and mention the variable name here. You can write anything kia. So I have mentioned the variable name is key in D. So what happened, whatever the inside this dictionary the keys are stored, it will be going to assign to this key variable one by one. So first value that is going to assign inside this key is first roll number, that is 1. Okay. Now inside this for loop there are some statement. Now execute this statement. The first statement is a if condition. So look here. If key is equal to R, now key is pointing to the first key, that is roll number 1, and R is storing the value that is 3. Now 1 is equal to 3, no, condition is wrong, so this statement will not execute. Now what is next? If A not in D, sorry, there is a mistake, so I want to write here if R not in D, means if roll number is not inside dictionary, then what will happen? Then it will display this roll number does not exist, and through this break keyword the controller will come out from this loop. Now because the roll number 3 exists inside this D, so this condition is also false. Now we will not come out from this loop. Now loop go back to this for loop again. Now key is going to assign next value. The next value is 2. Again compare the key value with the R value. R contain 3 and key contain 2. Again this statement, the condition is false. This statement will not execute. Now if condition is mentioned here, now so R is the part of D, and again this condition is also false. Why I'm using this if condition? Here I'm checking whether the roll number exists inside dictionary or not. If R is not inside D, then it will come out from loop. If R is inside D, then it will again execute the loop. So it will check. There is a mistake. There is no A. This is R. R not in D. This condition is wrong. R is 3. 3 is inside D. So this condition is also wrong. Again controller go back to key. Now key is going to assign next value, that is 3. Again check this condition, 3 is equal to 3. Yes, now condition is true. Whatever the statement you have written inside this if condition, it will execute. Print the name of roll number. It will print like this. Whatever you have written inside double quote, it will print as it is, the name of roll number, and after then I have mentioned here key is a variable, and right now key is pointing to 3. So it will print here 3. Is again a string data type. It will print as it is, and it will print D at key. So D at key means D at 3. So D at 3 is, what is the value of D at 3? D at 3 is SEMA. So this is a way to access any value inside the dictionary. How you can print and access any value inside the dictionary? First mention the dictionary name, and the dictionary name right now is D, and after then inside this square bracket mention the key, and the key is 3. So here 3 is stored. Right now 3 is stored inside this key. So it will print the D3 is SEMA. In this way, after then it will again execute this statement. So after, I think if this condition become true, then again I should write here break keyword. So whatever it is, now execute this program. Let's move to the programming section. So this is our program, whatever I have told you. So there is a mistake that this is not A, this is R. So I'm not going to waste my time to write this program. So that's why I have already written this program. Run this program. When we will run this program, okay. Now it will ask you to enter the roll number. Roll number is 1. SEMA. Now roll number is 2. Rima. Roll number is 3. Rohan. So in this way you can enter the student name and roll number inside the binary file. Now it will ask you enter the roll number to search the student name. So here I'm entering 4. It will display the name of student is Tina. The name of roll number 4 is Tina. So in this way we can search any roll number. First what we will do, first we will create a binary file and write inside that binary file. You can see there is range is 5. You can also take input from user. So how many student detail they want to enter. So ask from the user that how many student detail that user want to enter. So using the input method, enter number of students. So in this way you can ask from the user. Now run this program. It will ask from the user how many student detail you want to enter. Okay, you can see here. So I want to only enter 2 student detail. So roll number first, Rima, and then roll number 2, Seema. Okay, after taking to student detail, it will ask you enter the roll number to search the student name. If I will enter 3, then it will display this roll number does not exist. So this is the appropriate message, I think. If roll number does not exist, then the error message will display this roll number does not exist. So this is all about our programming. If you want to write this program using some function, then you can also write this coding inside some function. So how we can do that? It is very easy. You can write this programming inside some function. So how we can do that? First we need to define here some function name. For example, search. So this is my function. So what do you want to search here? I want to search R here. So okay, I want to search R here. This is right, replace this, so there is no confusion. So I have renamed this R is role. Now call this function. When you will call this function, after writing the definition of this function, you can call this function search and pass the value that is row. So whatever the user will enter the roll number, it will store inside this row, and that value is going to pass through this search function, and this role, whatever the value stored inside the role, it will pass to R. So I'm here. Okay, this is all about our programming. You can also write this program using some function. Again, run this program, whether it is working or not. Let me check. Okay, again it's asking. I just want to enter again two name. So it's Rohan. Oh, there is some error. Okay. Oh, here I'm writing the roll number is 1 and Rohan. So that is my mistake. Run this program again. So I want to enter only two students here. Name is Rohan and second roll number is Seema. So which roll number you want to search? So you can see the name of roll number 2 is Seema. So this is all about how to write inside binary file to store student data in form of name and roll number, and after then you can search any student name based upon the roll number of that student. So I think you got it. Thank you.